This is Alternative Political Analysis, and this video will be on United States warmongering. Donald Trump increased the military budget of the United States to over $650 billion, and they already had the biggest military with the biggest military budget, and he increased it. The United States has 1,400,000 active service personnel. They have 8,848 tanks, 13,892 aircraft, and 72 submarines. It is the strongest military in the world. And as you can see, they have over 27 military bases around Russia, and as you can see, they have over 45 around Iran, countless around China, and they and their allies have quite a number of military bases around Syria. All of this is worrying. A war against any of these countries would be disastrous, and the proxy war against Syria has been disastrous, but a war against 2, 3, or all 4 would be cataclysmic. And the Russian military budget is $84.5 billion. They have 766,055 active service personnel. They have 15,398 tanks. That's nearly twice the amount that America has. They have 3,429 aircraft, far less than America, and 55 submarines, not that much less than America. And they have the second strongest military in the world. Moving on to the third strongest military in the world, China has a military budget of $216 billion, and they have 2,333,000 active service military personnel. They have 9,150 tanks, more than America. They have 2,860 aircraft, that's less than Russia, and they have 67 submarines, a little less than America, but more than Russia. And as I said, they have the third strongest military in the world. And this brings us on to Iran, whose military budget is $10.26 billion. They have 545,000 active service personnel. They have 1,658 tanks. They have 479 aircraft and 33 submarines. And that means they have the 21st strongest military in the world. And this brings us on to Syria, whose military budget is $1.872 billion. They have 180,000 active personnel, 4,500 tanks, and 461 aircraft, and that gives them the 36th strongest military in the world. And over 500,000 people have died in the proxy war against Syria. And Over 298 Americans have died in wars with China. More would die in a modern war. 848 Americans have died in wars with Russia. 12 Americans have died in wars with Iran. And 2 Americans have died in a war against Syria. More would die in modern wars in said nations, and if it was a direct military intervention from America into Syria, the results would be catastrophic. And none of this bloodshed and violence and barbarism comes cheap. The Iraqi and Afghan wars cost over $6 trillion. And quite frankly, this is what people were afraid of Hillary Clinton doing. And Donald Trump and the United States need to change course. And I'd recommend that viewers subscribe to the YouTube channel of Alternative Political Analysis. Check out the blog and Facebook page for more interesting posts and videos, including on this subject.